ओके। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अल्लाह ताला के नाम से शुरू करते हैं। और जो हम देख सकते हैं कि जो हमारा आइल्स का स्पीकिंग इंटरव्यू है, उसमें हमारा जो 4 मार्किंग क्राइटेरियाज हैं उसमें हमने वर्किंग करनी होती हैं। और आम तौर पे जब स्टूडेंट इंटरव्यू देने के लिए जाते हैं तो वो समटाइम्स बड़े सेटिस्फाइड होते हैं कि हमारा इंटरव्यू बड़ा अच्छा हुआ, सारे सवालों के जवाब बड़े अच्छे दिए, और मेरे आंसर्स भी बड़े एक्सपेंडेड थे। मैंने स्टार्टर्स भी लगाए, और मैंने जनाब जो है वो रीजनिंग भी बड़ी अच्छी की। लेकिन जब रिजल्ट आता है तो स्टूडेंट देखता है कि रिजल्ट कंपैरेटिवली उसकी परफॉर्मेंस से थोड़े कम होते हैं। तो उसके पीछे इन 4 में से किसी एक में अगर हम लैग कर रहे हैं तो ऑब्वियसली these all 4 marking criterias are having 25% weightage in your result. So if you will lack in any one of these, so ultimately you will lose marks. So here we can see that fluency and coherence. So uh, about fluency we can understand very well. Fluency means in Urdu रवानी कहते हैं, बोलने की रवानी। और इसमें हमें ये देखना होगा कि हाउ वी कैन गेट फ्लुएंसी। इफ वी विल नॉट टॉक इन इंग्लिश, वी नो इंग्लिश वेरी वेल, बट वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग इन इंग्लिश ऑन डेली basis, we will not be able to increase our fluency. Then there is coherence. Coherence means how you organize the idea, how you present them, and how a listener can understand what you are communicating in a comprehensive way. Lexical resources are related to language, that how you use the language, what are the structures you are using, and what is the vocabulary. Then grammatical range and accuracy, that is about how with variety of language structure you are using, like should, would, can, could, may, might, used to, and many more. Active uh, structure and the passive structure of sentences, like usually government take actions to resolve the problems of the public, and the problems of the public are resolved by the government. So this is passive voice. This is one example of passive sentence. And then there comes pronunciation. This is very important. When you talk with somewhat wrong pronunciation, so you lose marks in this area as well. Last interview, mock interviews, I have taken interview of more than 35 students. So about 25 plus students weren't able to pronounce properly, and you must learn how to pronounce, how to talk in English. For that purpose, we are learning IPA, and we must complete our IPA if we want to improve in our pronunciation. A good listener is a good speaker. We should also try to listen English so that we can improve our speaking skill as well. A good listener is a good speaker. Have you got the idea? Okay. So the next thing which we are going to learn is, so 9 over 9 bands is represented here, that if you speak fluently with almost no hesitation, show complete accuracy in grammar and vocabulary, use a wide range of vocabulary with precision and skill, use idiomatic language naturally and effectively, can use uncommon words and phrases with ease, shows a full range of language function with flexibility. This is band's 9 score description here. This is the marking criteria. If you perform according to these uh, performances, then you will get the 9 bands. Then there comes 8 band, very good user, speaks fluently with occasional hesitation. Here we say no hesitation in 9 bands. And here in bands 8, we can see there is occasional hesitation. If you uh, face this problem in your speaking, then you will go towards 8 bands in terms of fluency and these types of things. And then shows accuracy in grammar and vocabulary. So if you use appropriate structure with appropriate accuracy in grammar, so then you will uh, see these things, okay? Then use a wide range of vocabulary appropriately, use idiomatic language naturally, can use uncommon words and phrases appropriately, shows a good range of language functions. Then 7 bands, there will be little bit difference in the previous bands description, then 6 bands, then 5 bands, and then 4 bands. And we are going to watch this because this is about a beginner level. So if we see the bands 4, what is there? Speaks with great hesitation and many pauses. So if someone is speaking with many pauses, with great hesitation, so think about yourself that you will be at bands 4. Then shows very limited accuracy in grammar and vocabulary. So limited accuracy means, so when you speak about grammar, like using different structures, you are using wrong structures. Instead of first form, second form, instead of past, you are using the future and these types of things. Use a very narrow range of vocabulary. What is narrow range of vocabulary? You are using the same words again and again. You are using the same words again and again. So this is limited vocabulary. Like you use I think, every time I think, like you, it's really good, repeating the same words again. Use a very narrow range of vocabulary. When you repeat the same words again and again, whatever the word would be. Then um, use very simple language with frequent errors. Like you use just some limited language structures, like use of his RM, use of first form, and not using variety of, shows a very limited range of language functions, like you are using limited vocabulary and then the same structures again and again. So this is 4 bands performance. So you can imagine about your last interview. You can uh, even imagine that what was what was the hesitation level, what were about pauses while talking and while answering the questions, and what about your accuracy in grammar and vocabulary, and then narrow range of vocabulary, then frequent errors, and then these types of things. Then there comes some above level, that is moderate user speaks with frequent hesitation and may require prompting. So कि जिसको थोड़ी सी मदद की भी जरूरत पड़े, यानी maybe examiner have to say something in examination criteria, there is no space for helping you. Examiner will not help you at all, okay? So keep in mind, he will not talk with you, he will not guide you about even a single point. He can just say you please try to speak, or may uh, ask you with some sort of gestures to try to speak, maybe with hands he will say you to try to speak. Then again, narrow range of vocabulary, simple language, but may make errors with basic language, shows a limited range of language functions. So there is a little bit difference in bands 4 and 5. So this was about bands and marking criteria. And now we are moving towards how we will be able to achieve these tasks. Okay. One thing is practice. We have just done this in our class. We have taken mock interviews, and tomorrow we are going to conduct again mock interviews from you. So, with different types of activities, we will try to achieve our goals. And I hope we will learn lots of new things every day. So, the next thing which we are going to uh, learn about how we will improve our abilities and capabilities, and how we will be able to manage our improvements. The IELTS speaking test format consists of three parts and last around 11 to 14 minutes, and sometimes it is 20 minutes. So, what happens in this part of the test? The examiner will ask you general questions about yourself, your interests, your work or studies, and other familiar topics. The purpose of this part is to help you feel comfortable speaking in English and to assess your ability to speak fluently and coherently. In part one, and we have given you notes about part one, and there are different topics there. The question about you, question about study, question about free time, question about family, question about shopping, question about leisure, question about games, question about different variety of topics related to day-to-day life. And these are the topics which were available in the past tests of IELTS. Then in part two, uh, you can see here, this is the portion that lasts for 3 to 4 minutes. We say it cue card topic, uh, and note making is for 60 seconds. So keep in mind, note making is very important, and using it is the most important. Sometimes students make notes, but what happens during speaking, due to hesitation, due to some sort of pressure, they are unable to use their notes. So, in real exam situation, you will be having cue card topic with you. There is no need of returning cue card topic to the examiner. It will remain with you, and there will be a pen and paper. You may make notes, and you must make them according to given strategy, one word strategy, and that one word strategy must be in short word. Okay. So when you will do this, you will be able to speak in much better way, and you must do practice on daily basis. So here I have arranged some sort of vocabulary with you people, and when you will get its video on ICG IELTS on YouTube, you will be able to utilize this vocabulary very easily. And you can see here it is here analyze, approach, area, assess, assume, authority, available, benefit, concept, consist. So how you will use this vocabulary? You will read these words. So, which word will be new for you? Learn them and make them the part of your memory. And ultimately, you will be able to use them. Okay. So, it is page wise list, page one, page two, sub list three, alternative, convene. So, I cannot teach you the each word. So, I have given you the criteria that how you will read this vocabulary and then try to make it the part of your brain, and ultimately then you will be able to use this vocabulary in your test. So you have to repeat it again and again, and ultimately then you will be able to use this vocabulary. Keep in mind that if you see one new word but you don't repeat it, you don't use it again and again, it will not come naturally in your speaking interview into your mind. Ultimately, you will not be able to use these words. If you want to use these words, you must try to use these words in your day to day life, practice these words, and ultimately, you will be able to make them the part of your memory. Okay. So here you can see the some idiomatic expression, a blessing in disguise. Okay. The availability of my teacher in the class is always a blessing in disguise because I learn lots of new things on daily basis. A drop in the ocean, when you can say that sometimes you think that it is very minor thing, but it will make something good. A piece of cake, very easy thing. Okay. Speaking cue card is now just a piece of cake for me. So it means that it is now very easy. So when you will learn these idiomatic expressions, these will help you. And there is no need of learning hundreds of idiomatic expressions because your interview is just total about 13 to 15 minutes, and you can use these idiomatic expression only, I think so, in your cue card. Okay. So just learn some common day-to-day usable idiomatic expression. Don't try to think more and more about that. Okay. So you will see their video and you will try to use them in your speaking. Okay. And here are some examples. I can't put I can't put with you anymore. You probably know that the word put means to place something somewhere, such as I put the book on the table, and the word up means to in or towards a higher position. However, when these words are put together, the meaning completely changes. Keep in mind, the idiomatic expressions, we cannot translate them exactly as they are written. Okay? You can use a little bit these types of things. Okay, don't go in the depth of the some other thing. Okay, QCard topic is telling you what to speak. There are cues, you have to speak according to the cues. You should not go in the depth of the things, because if somebody asks you about your favorite book, okay, so the question is about favorite book, not about the depth of the book. You will not tell about total philosophy of the book, because it has nothing to do with the topic. Have you got the idea, students? So the main thing is to talk about your favorite book. Tell about why it is your favorite, why you think it is your favorite. You can discuss the topics, but don't go about, even you will mention about the writer and then his personality. This is not the topic. Have you got the idea, boys and girls? Okay. So then there is another bunch of vocabulary for you. So it's up to you that how you utilize it to improve your speaking and writing as well. Okay. When you get the vocabulary, you can use it anywhere in your exam. Even the vocabulary helps you in your listening, in your reading. So it will pay you every time if you will improve your vocabulary. Okay. So here are different words like interest, adjective plus interest. Some examples here. Then example sentence. He has a vested interest in the future of the business. So anywhere you can use this when you are talking about my best friend uh, has a vested interest in the future of the business. I have varied musical interest. I like jazz, pop, classical, and uh, reggae. And then adverb plus interest. He is deeply interested in religion. I am very interested in religion. So you can use this word deeply interested. Okay. So if you will memorize it, if you will make it the part of your memory, so what you will do? So I was deeply interested in art subjects before joining my college or the university, but when I joined my college and university, I became deeply interested in computer science because I have come to know how important, how vital is computer science in today's business world. Okay? Have you got the idea? So in this way, you people will use this. His Okay, in 5 minutes. It's okay, no problem. You can go. Okay. So his speech generated interest from many people. I started learning to play the guitar, but I lost interest very quickly. So deeply interested, and when you want to use it in a negative way, lost interest. Okay. My friend and I share many interests, so we get along very well. Interest, out of interest, interest from, lost interest, share many interests. Okay. Okay. So this is our message to our students that if anyone online available, this is not only for you, it is for everyone. Okay. So today I have arranged some sort of uh, motivational help for you people. If you would see further, so you will come to know that here are some sort of sentence starters. ओके बच्चों, ऐसा है कि अगर कोई जाना चाहता है तो जा सकता है। ये रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर आप लोगों को मिल जाएगा, स्पेशली अगर फीमेल्स को कोई प्रॉब्लम है जाने में, या मेल में से भी किसी को है, तो यू मे गो। ओके। वरना अगर आप थोड़ा सा समझ सकते हैं कि भाई आप मैनेज कर सकते हैं तो आप रुक सकते हैं, अदरवाइज इट्स ओके। Last time we have seen that some of the students or most of the students are not using sentence starters. So if we see here, we have lots of sentence starters for you people, and you can see here that if you will use, it's just a simple matter of enabling yourself to start a sentence, and once words start flowing, there is no stopping them. Okay. So when you will learn these types of things, so you will be fluent, and I hope you will learn lots of new things today. And the best thing is to repeat them uh, again and again. Here you can see, well, I would like to believe that. I would like to believe that when you are expressing your hopes and expectation towards a specific person or event, this is the phrase you want to use. Well, I would like to believe that Josh is wise enough to make the right decision for himself. After all, we are not going to dote over him for the rest of his life, right? Like, I would like to believe that my students are wise enough to make the right decision for themselves. Okay, have you got the idea? I have made the sentence for you people. I would like to believe that. मैं ये believe करना पसंद करूंगा. Okay. Well, speaking of, this is a universal English phrase and can be used to answer pretty much any question. Can you tell me what time do we have to attend the company meeting today? So, this is the question from you. Well, speaking of the meeting, I'm pretty sure it's at 2 o'clock. But speaking of the meeting, well, speaking of Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, I am pretty sure he was the best leader of the world. He was the best lawyer, barrister. Okay, I am pretty sure. Okay, have you got the idea? Well, speaking of Ali, I would like to say he will get 7 plus bands. Okay, so this is just an example for everyone. When it comes to, again, this is again a sentence starter, and there is an example for you. It is written in front of your screen, so I will not read all these idiomatic expressions. You will uh, see here that there is sentence starter and then its example available for you. Okay. Well, to be totally honest with you, you must be focused. You mustn't use any words. So be careful about using such words. Okay. Well, to be totally honest with you. Okay. Well, frankly speaking, as a matter of fact, so these are the sentence starters you will keep in your mental cupboard, very safe, and you will not use them in your day to day speaking, I think so. Usually it happens. So, how you will be able to use? When you will try to use them. Okay? Be specific. Don't use such expressions at the wrong place. Okay? So, try to use according to their appropriate context, according to their appropriate context, appropriate place. Okay? All right, I'm going to try to give you some idea about, well, speaking of the specifics of, well, the best way to describe, as you may already know, well, not everyone knows that honesty is the best policy. Even everyone knows, but everyone is not able to understand. Okay? Expressing your opinion. So we should not use such harsh words. Okay? Because I hate to say that in your speaking interview, we shouldn't say some sort of these types of words that are harsh or awkward in our formal speaking. Okay. Well, I am well aware that education is the best way to improve yourself. If you learn anything about knowledge, about anything, this is really beneficial to put it in perspective, to put it in perspective. Okay. So, screen is moving on, and this video will be with you. So, I am just scrolling down for your good benefit that ultimately you will see the video of this lecture and you will try to use. I don't sound like bragging. Bragging mean किसी की हम तारीफ करते हैं, शेखी पुगारते हैं या कोई इस तरह का काम करते हैं, तो uh, हम इसको. So here you can see, like, I don't want to sound like bragging, but this is how you initiate your response when you have to tell about something related to your personal achievements. Okay. So, how did you know how to use this printer? Well, I don't want to sound like bragging, but I have been using the same printer in my previous job. ठीक है, इसका सिचुएशन ये है कि आप एक चीज को बड़े अच्छे तरीके से यूज कर रहे हैं, तो एक बंदा आपसे पूछता है कि भाई आप तो बड़ा जबरदस्त इसको यूज कर रहे हैं, तो आप कह रहे हैं कि मैं कोई शौक ही नहीं मारूंगा, मैंने ऑलरेडी ये पहले, क्योंकि पहले इसकी प्रैक्टिस की हुई है, इसको मैं ऑलरेडी यूज करता हूं, तो इसलिए मुझे ये बड़ी आसानी से पता है, ठीक है। तो वो कह रहे हैं कि मैं अपनी तारीफ खुद नहीं करूंगा। सो स्पीकिंग ऑफ, आगे चीज का नाम आता है, ठीक है। स्पीकिंग ऑफ IELTS इंटरव्यू, देयर इज वन थिंग आई कैन से फॉर श्योर, दिस इज हाउ you inform the other person of something you are 100% sure of. Can you tell me what kind of shoes I should be wearing for the wedding? Speaking of the wedding, there's one think I can say for sure brown shoes is the latest trend, so you can go wrong with that. Brown shoes is the latest trend, so you can't go wrong with that. Okay? Have you got the idea? Good. So समझ भी आ रही है? Great, great, great. So I hope you will be using this in your day-to-day life as well. Actually, I am fully aware of the fact that actually I am fully aware of the fact that those who work hard they get success. मैंने अपने पास से बना दिया जो यहाँ लिखा है उसको मैंने पढ़ा नहीं आपने ठीक है ना? So from this picture we can see that there is something wrong, something wrong. There is some sort of disagreement here. One is offensive and the other is defensive. Okay. I don't mean to rude you, but there are lots of idiomatic expression that we don't require in our speaking interview. We have to select 10 or maybe 15. That would be more than sufficient. Okay. Keep in mind. Worried. So we can say that to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my knowledge, this phrase is pretty much the same as one above. By the way, are we working next Monday? Well, to the best of my knowledge, we are off next Monday, but I guess we should check it with secretary just to stay on the safe side. Okay? The best of my knowledge यानी कि जितना जहां तक मुझे मेरी मालूमात हैं ठीक है well if I am not mistaken in last interview you were absent okay अगर मैं गलती पर नहीं तो ये well if I am not mistaken so you can use it in such sort of situation okay I hope you have understood lots of new things and we are now going to wind up this lecture with some question answer session. You can ask different questions according to your wish, one by one. So now it's up to you. There are some online students, they can ask the question online, but the question should be one by one. Okay. So we have come to know about uh, different aspects of speaking interview. And one thing that I want to tell you is this point as well. Like you can see on the screen, uh, something wrong. Okay, check this. So you can see on the screen. Okay, so on the screen you can see this is very important point that you can see on the screen. This is cue card, how you make note making. Okay, how you people will try to uh, focus yourself and try to follow the instructions. So if you will follow the instructions, you will get good results. But only the instructions, only listening to the lecture, only just watching them, there will be not a good result. Practice makes a man perfect. This is a good proverb, but we have to act upon it. Okay? You have to do the practice. You have to do the practice. You have to do the practice because IELTS is assessed on objective matters. This is assessed on some marking criteria. You must keep in mind that this is not something like you will memorize the things. No, you must understand what to do, हाउ टू डू एंड व्हेन टू डू। ओके, तो सबसे पहले ये चीज ध्यान में रखिएगा, आपके क्यू कार्ड पे आपने इसी तरह आपको क्यू कार्ड आएगा, ये आपका बेसिक टास्क है, इस पे आपने हिंट्स बनाने हैं। फिर आपने हर क्यू को लेना है व्हाट इट इज, इस पे आपने 2 to 3 वर्ड हिंट्स लिखने हैं। हाउ लॉन्ग हैव यू बीन यूजिंग इट, इस पे 2 to 3 हिंट्स लिखने हैं। डिटेल्ड इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द वेबसाइट, ये आपने 2 से 3 वर्ड्स लिखने हैं। एंड एक्सप्लेन व्हाई यू ऑफन ब्राउज दिस वेबसाइट, यहाँ पे आपने 2 से 3 से 4 हिंट्स लिखने हैं। कोई लंबे लंबे सेंटेंसेस नहीं लिखने, 60 सेकंड में आप खुद सोच लें कि आप कितना लिख सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो इसलिए यू मस्ट बी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट using the time according to the given instructions and make your strategies. If you want to ask any question, you can ask any question. I will upload this file on YouTube channel, and I will also share the link of that channel. This video will be uploaded after some editing. It will be uploaded on our YouTube channel and you can access there. Okay? Any other question? Okay, thank you very much. This is the end of your lecture, and I hope you have learned lots of new things. Thank you very much.